I met him back home, and after some months, we decided to marry and come to the UK to settle and be together. After we did all the paperwork to get my visa, I came to join him. Things were good, but when I moved to marry him, he changed. He would get aggressive and treat me badly for little things. I tried speaking with him to be more patient, but he immediately reacted violently, insulting me. Not long after, I realized he was also mistreating his mother. And when I tried to intervene, he would get angrier. He began to be extremely jealous, and one day, he slapped me whilst destroying all my belongings, including my phone. I didn't report him to the police as I thought this would be an isolated event. Sadly, this was not the case. I would have never imagined things would get worse. Physical violence continued, including attempts to strangle me. He would leave me in pain, only managing to lie down on the sofa, crying quietly. He would control me financially. I wouldn't be able to have any money, and all my expenses were closely monitored. My mental and physical health was deteriorating. I was isolated and fearful to report him to the police. His abusive behavior included him telling me to pack my stuff and leave his house when he got angry. He would tell me he had power over me as my visa depended on him. He would say that if I didn't behave, he would call the Home Office and have me deported. He prevented me from reporting him to the police, as he said no one would believe me, that I would be sent to horrible places. I had nowhere else to go as I was dependent on him, so I stayed, but the abuse continued. One day, after coming back home intoxicated, he came after me. I locked myself in our room. He kicked and broke the door open. He told me he'd report me to the police for damaging his property. Several times he would threaten me with calling the police and having me arrested. I was fearful, and he did when, months after he broke the door, he did the same to a window. He called the police and falsely accused me of destroying his home. He manipulated the evidence, and I ended up arrested just to be released after some hours with no charge and no justice. I am now living free from abuse. I have access to support from organizations such as Laws, and I am rebuilding my life and fighting for justice. I am joining this campaign because I believe all women experiencing abuse, regardless of their immigration status, must have the right to be believed and rightly supported by the police. Many migrant women are suffering in silence as they are afraid to come forward.